Well, first of all, congratulations as
you.
well. Getting the contract for you, especially with your club that you've been here since you were an academy player. What does it mean to you?
I mean, I think this is home to me. I've been here since I was U11 coming in, doing a year before that even with the team, and just being here for the past 7 to 8 years, it just feels like home, and I didn't want to leave, so I'm glad to be here. I mean, of course, hard work starts now. It's now how can I break into the first team consistently, training, and eventually playing. So it means a lot to me.
Yeah. You've had a lot of minutes with Atlanta United too this season since Jaden has stepped up with the first team. You've taken over in that spot. What were some of the biggest lessons you learned in between the posts with the twos?
Yeah, the main difference is men's football. Everything goes quicker. Everybody's more on it. There's no real lapse of movement or any lapse of time slips in the guy's head. So everybody's quicker. Everything's just happening a lot faster. At the same time, it also tells you to be a leader. I mean, playing with Sal, Ronan, Nick, Ryan, everybody's 24, 25, and as a 17-year-old keeper in the back, you really got to be authoritative to those guys if you want them to listen to you and trust you.
I want to go all the way back when you first started playing. Did you start in goal or did you play on the field?
Yeah, so, I mean, I used to play – I was always thrown in the goal. My dad was a keeper, played Division II at Presbyterian College. So
Okay.
It's been in the blood. My mom played soccer too. So I was the one kid that was never afraid to get hit by the ball. So I kind of got thrown in the goal, and it was just, you know what? When I joined Atlanta United, it was like, hey, you can do this, but you won't be able to play. I used to play, I think, midfielder. You won't be able to do that. So I was like, you know what? I used to play baseball. I love catching the ball. We're going to do it.
Is there a moment when you were young and you remember, I really like this. I really want to do this and chase this?
Yeah, I think it was honestly just a kind of a sense. I never got tired of coming from Athens. It's an hour and 45-minute drive after school, leaving school early. I never got tired of it in a sense. A lot of dedication from my parents. So I think after about 6 months of that, I was like, you know, I really enjoy doing this, and I don't get tired of the hour and 45-minute drive back and forth. It's like, this is what I want to do.
In the academy, how did your time there shape you, not only as a player on the field, but also who you are off the field as well?
Yeah, I think coming in since U11, I met Mike Lynch, who actually just walked by. He used to show up every day, you shake every person's hand. Doesn't matter who they are, teammates, doesn't matter. You shake their hands, make eye contact. So we used to have to, before, you didn't matter if you see him, you had to shake him. So I think the academy does a really good job on trips everywhere, just making a good person. Of course, you have the Christian Carrillo Award, which he was a person that really meant a lot to me and my family. He was probably the epitome of what the academy is.
For you, especially stepping up in between the posts, being a keeper, was there a specific player that you looked up to as you continued to grow and still do as well?
It's funny, it's Brad. Because I remember being at home, I think 2 months before I joined the team, when they're in a playoffs in PK, and my dad was like, this keeper's really good. I'm like, who is it? It's Brad. And I think as a little kid, I remember having a Zoom call with Brad and the old goalkeeper coach Liam and the rest of the guys. Brad's telling the guys, I think 12 of us, I want one of you to take my spot. So I think having that over and over and over again in the mind really, he's the guy, he's big, he's funny, he's authoritative, but when it's game time, it's game time. And I think that's who I want to be.
And him, especially being around and everything, we've heard it from Jaden, and when we talked to him about Brad and this goalkeeper group, what is it like to have that group that's so supportive, like for Brad to come to you guys, to be able to give advice and also chat with you about, the future in that respect?
Brad's probably the best guy I could ask for. Even Quentin that was here, Justin Garces that used to be on the team. I think I've honestly been blessed with a great group of goalkeepers around me, helping me, because Brad's been doing this for 20-something years. He's seen almost everything. It's nice picking their mind and seeing what they think and what I can maybe pick on and use.
Is there anything Brad's ever said to you that really sticks with you that has been a great piece of advice?
It's what he tells me that on my Zoom call. I want one of you to take my spot, because at the end of the day, I know I want his spot and he wants to keep his spot. So it's like a friendly competitive, but yeah, that's just what sticks with me.
I think that's one of the most unique things about goalkeeper specifically is there's one guy who's going to get the start and probably the majority of the minutes, but you have to be a really bonded group.
Yeah.
How do you maintain that level of competitiveness in training, fighting for that spot, but then supporting the guy who gets it if it's not you?
Yeah, I think the club does really good from top to bottom. It's honestly just finding a good group of guys that genuinely like the sport, like their position, and can connect off the field. If you don't have that connection off the field at all and you're mean to each other, you won't ever have that on the field. And it's like I said, I'm here for you. I want you to get better. At the same time, I want your spot and you want mine. So it's just, what can we do to make each other better at the same time, doing what best suits the team?
You talked a little bit, especially you stepping in with the twos, kind of being more authoritative, especially in the back between, Sal and Ronan and everything. How's it been for you finding your voice, especially in the back and between the goal?
Yeah, I mean, I've had Lewis Sharp for the past, 7 years, and he's always instilled in me, I gotta speak. So it's even coming up here, I gotta be myself. If I want this, there's no walking into it. I gotta fully go straight in, be demanding with what I want, but at the same time respecting the guys ahead of me, older than me, and because I had to give respect for them to give respect to me as well.
How's it been, especially for Lewis Sharp, as well, for when you sign your professional contract as well? He's been here your entire time too. What has he meant to you in your process?
I like to say I'm his little lab project. I mean, I remember showing up, I think this was probably about 9 years ago, and him and Liam, the old first-team goalkeeper coach, being there. This time, Lewis was only a part-time guy, and we both stepped through the ranks, and I mean, it's like I'm his little brother in a sense. I trust him with everything. I think he's been great. He gives advice when I need it, and everything he tells me is accurate.
Now that you've had a little bit of time to decompress after the two season ended, what was the second half of the year like where you're playing regularly, the team is flying, you're getting wins on the road and fighting for that playoff spot?
I think it means a lot. I think there's more of a togetherness in a sense. I think at the beginning of the season, I mean, of course, you can never control what the first team does, bring down. And I think going to the second team, everybody was together. We were in for one goal. And when Jose came over, it was, we're going to go at this, and there's no one going to stop us. Now, of course, the results didn't go our way, but I think as a bond out of any twos team I've been practicing for 3 years with them, this is the one I felt like a family the most. Because normally sometimes the younger guys are a little separate than the older guys, but I mean, everybody, all the older guys have really made us feel at home there.
How hard was that day in Chattanooga when you guys were so close but couldn't quite get over the line?
It's heartbreaking. I mean, I remember Jose telling us in the locker room, it's heartbreaking, but we can't not be proud of what we've done so far. We've came this long, and the moral of the story is don't let it come down to the last day. What can we do in the future that can prevent this? And of course, we've dropped a lot of points early in the season, and of course, a lot also at the end of it.
When you think about how your game has grown over this past year with a lot of experience that you hadn't gotten previously, what's grown the most, and what do you see in your game that you want to work on the most going forward?
Yeah, I think what's grown the most is, I think, my positioning as a keeper, where I am within the goal, seeing these guys, different profiles, Jaden, Josh, Brad, everybody has a different build, different profile, so it helps being around different keepers every day, seeing what they do, their different type of footwork. So I think my positioning's come a long ways, and at the same time, it's my decision making. As a young keeper, I'm still decisive. I'm indecisive what I want to do, how I want to do it. So it's just getting more reps, more games, and just feeling out the game and doing what's best suits for the game.
How would you describe your playing style, especially who you are in between the posts?
I think I'm more of a laid-back keeper. I'm going to sit more around, not very aggressive, not so much a sweeper keeper as I'm trying to get to be, but I'm going to make the saves. I'm going to try to prevent, another thing Brad tells me, if you can prevent the goal or any situation that happens before you, you've done your job. So I think I'm more of a communicating keeper, keep everything in front of me and just defend my goal.
I'll ask too, the twos played in Athens for a couple of games too. What did that mean to you, especially being from Athens, getting to play at the University of Georgia at that soccer complex?
It means a lot. I've grown up there. I mean, I think there's pictures of me since I was 6 months old on that field and the exact goal I was in the first half. So going there, I've grown up around Georgia women's soccer. I've been around it. I'm really close with the coaches there. And I think, honestly, playing in Athens is probably one of the best things I've had so far, because I've had friends that honestly have never seen me play and are kind of questioning, what do you really do? And they come out and say like, oh crap, you're playing against 24-year-old men. So it meant a lot to me and my family.
How important was Athens United in your early days?
It was a lot, very, very important. I remember going there and it's all about just fun. I think if I didn't have that at the beginning, I would have been burnt out in a sense. So I think being there, the guys, I think Lloyd was the academy director at the time, trusting me to come over here, giving me the opportunity to trial with Atlanta United. I really can't. They're a giant stepping stone in my pathway.
What does it mean to you to kind of represent Athens in Atlanta United? Because we haven't had that many players come over from Athens to be part of the academy. It
means a lot. I think it's a look down on, not so much as a soccer as it is, or not so much football as it is soccer, because it's giant UGA football. So I think it means that there's a lot of different paths. I know they're doing a lot more now with soccer in and around Athens. So I'm proud to see that. But we've only had 3 guys that really have ever came through the academy. Another keeper that's at Wake Forest, and a guy that went to Brown and was previously with Tony at
Will Crane.
Yeah. So it's, it's weird thinking in the sense that I came from Athens. I'm the only one that's made it this far, but at the same time, I got to keep pushing.
It's a stressful position playing goalkeeper. I think mentally it's the most taxing position. How do you unwind when you're not at training, not in matches?
That's a good question. I mean, I watch a lot of film. I like just sitting down, decompressing, just watching different, like, other goalkeepers. I mean, I watch goalkeeper trainings from Liverpool, a lot of England goalkeeper training videos. So as much as I want to get away from soccer, I can't really get away from soccer in a sense because I'm always thinking about it. But I think the biggest one for me is just being around my family. I think that's a real big decompress, just being around my family because I love them, they trust me, and it's just, yeah, it's my home.
All right, I'll ask a fun one too before. All right, Georgia football. What are you thinking about the season so far?
Man, it's weird. It's interesting to say the least.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't produce a first quarter. And that's the bad part. But I mean, I'm never nervous. Oh, I won't say never nervous, but I'm not nervous because I know we'll come back. We've always been a second half team.
I was literally about to say that. Literally took the words out of my mouth. We're a second half team. Everything's fine.
We're always fine.
Second half season will be fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Kirby's got it.
Yeah,
Kirby's got
Alabama's
this.
that's the one we can't.
That's our kryptonite. It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Well, I've asked this question to a couple of players in interviews I've done. I think it's pretty fun. 5-a-side, you're going to be playing as well. Who are the 4 other players you're picking to join you on this 5-a-side?
Ooh. All right. Wayne Rooney. I want Messi. I want Roy Keane. I want Suarez.
Yep.
And then we'll do Busquets. I mean, all
Okay.
of them.
Got to have a little bit of balance in the group. Keane and Busquets are going to have to do a lot of defending.
Yeah, they'll be fine. 5-a-side, I want all goals. We're going.
All right, I got a couple more for you. U17 World Cup is coming up. You've got an opportunity potentially to represent Canada in that. What does it mean for you to have that chance ahead of you, and how has it been representing Canada so far at the youth national team level?
Yeah, it's been a blessing. I think I got my passport 4 days before I left for CONCACAF qualifiers, so they've been very supportive of me for the past, I guess, 3 years on trying to get that done. So they've been there every step of the way since U15. And I think it would mean a lot to represent Canada, represent my heritage of my family, and I think, and honestly make history. No team has made it out of group stages with Canada at the U17 World Cup. So going and hopefully making history and doing that would mean the world to us.
How has playing at the international level helped you here in your day-to-day?
It helps a lot because you go around, we played England, I played Uzbekistan, two totally different play styles of people, and it goes to show you the different types of players that are out there, and coming back and seeing there's very, very different levels to this and different type of play styles.
I have a big philosophical one for you to end. What does success look like for Jonathan Ransom down the line?
I think for me it's consistently training with the first team, getting consistent results and clean sheets with the twos. I think that's honestly the big step. For the next big step is what I can do can improve my game and get those clean sheets for the twos. Now, of course, I want to break into the first team. I want to compete with Jaden day in, day out on getting that spot. And I think down the line, of course, I think every kid wants to go over to Europe at some point playing the Prim. But I think for me, it's just step by step. What can I do next to help the twos next season get more clean sheets and then go from there?